Welcome back. I'm Jill with the CarefreeKitchen.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really easy grilled teriyaki chicken recipe. And this teriyaki chicken has the best teriyaki marinade, and I'll show you step by step how to make the perfect grilled chicken teriyaki. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, and follow me here, and share this recipe with a friend. Okay, so to get started on this grilled chicken teriyaki recipe, here are the ingredients that we're going to need. So we have grilled chicken thighs, and this is dark meat on the chicken, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim this all up so that it's ready for marinade. And then for teriyaki marinade, I like to use the lower sodium soy sauce, and then I have a brown sugar for that little bit of deep, rich sweetness. Some minced garlic, of course, some avocado oil. You can use your favorite cooking oil here. Then I have some fresh ginger. You can use powdered ginger if you want. I'm going to be using about 2 inches of fresh ginger, but you can also use 2 teaspoons of ginger powder if you don't have fresh, and then also some green onions. All right, so to get started on my trimming, you can just unroll them a little bit and you can kind of see this little bit of fat on the ends. I just like to trim that off. I don't like biting into that. So just go ahead and trim all of your thighs so they are ready to be grilled. Okay, so you can kind of see this. I've trimmed off most of the fat, and I know it's kind of a pain to do that, but I think in the long run, you're gonna have a much better outcome on your teriyaki chicken if you kind of take all those little bits off. So the next thing I'm going to do is chop my green onions. And you're going to want about 3 tablespoons of green onions. Just give them a quick little chop. And I like to go up the stem quite a bit here, because I think that has so much flavor there. And then for the ginger root, they look kind of gnarly, but it's super easy to do, to peel your own. I just like to use a little paring knife here and cut back any of the dark skin on the ginger. And you want about 2 inches of ginger. And then I just like to slice it up a little bit, kind of finely, almost kind of like a mince, so it can really get that amazing ginger flavor into our chicken marinade. Okay, just a little coarsely chopped like that is great. And that is probably about it. Okay, so for the teriyaki marinade, I'm going to add 1 cup of teriyaki sauce, some brown sugar, some avocado oil, garlic, fresh ginger, and some green onions. And now I'm just going to toss that until it's all covered. Okay, on your grilled teriyaki chicken, when you're putting your chicken thighs onto the grill, be sure you space them out just a little bit. And I like to start with the smooth side down, so then I get those really nice grill marks. And then if you have any tiny little bits of chicken, just kind of scoot them in closer to the big parts of the chicken so that it doesn't dry out and overcook. We're gonna cook these on a pretty low heat. I wanna keep the heat around 325 degrees. Because it has a lot of sugar in the marinade, it has a tendency to cook really fast and get a little bit too charred. So we're gonna keep the heat on low and just continue to cook them. As soon as the chicken looks done on the underside, we're going to flip it over gently. And again, if you have any little bits of chicken, just scoot them in closer to the bigger pieces of chicken. And once it turns over once, I'm going to use my pastry brush and brush over the marinade. I don't usually save this marinade, but if you wanted to save it and have a little something to drizzle over your teriyaki chicken, you can heat this up on the stove and boil it for a couple minutes, and then it'll be safe to drizzle over your teriyaki chicken. We're going to cook these to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. I like to use a digital thermometer for this to make sure my chicken is safe and ready to eat. Alright guys, here is my version of grilled teriyaki chicken. This grilled teriyaki chicken is everyone's favorite year-round. We love to serve this with a little bit of rice and some fresh pineapple, and it's a delicious chicken marinade that can be made in advance. This is the best chicken teriyaki recipe, and once you try this, none other will compare. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Carefree Kitchen. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me here, and also share this recipe with a friend. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.